us from every rest in hell. We dive deep into the stories behind the rail. Respecting the craft, making the fans sing. Respect the craft, making the fans sing. Respect the craft, respect the fight. We bring the best, we can't hide. Respect the craft, making the fans sing. Respect the craft, respect the fight. We bring the best, we can't hide. We dive deep into the stories behind the ring. Respect the craft, making the fans sing. Respect the craft, respect the fight. We bring the best. Respect the craft.
And we are live. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of Respect the Craft. This is episode number 244, and it's a celebration here as we are joined once again by the true manager of champions himself, Silk E. Smooth. What's going on, brother?
What's up, Raymond, my friend? Still celebrating. It's a work night, though, so just one Jack and Coke in honor of our title victory last month.
I will be unfortunately sticking to water because I do have to push the buttons and all this good stuff.
You know what? All right, you twist on my arm. I'll have a second one for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm here. I'm a good friend.
But because it is a very special edition, not only are we celebrating that huge tag team championship win, we're also going to be celebrating because it is Victory Pro Wrestling's 18th anniversary this Saturday. It's blood, sweat, and tears, and 18 years.
Fantastic.
But with that being said, we announced that we said it would happen. We have a very special guest with us, Silk.
I heard. I like having special guests.
Well then, this one might surprise you a little bit, Silk, because we have the current reigning and defending Victory Pro Wrestling Women's Champion herself, the unwilting Tatiana. Good evening. How are you today?
Hi, boys. I'm doing pretty well, actually. How are you?
Look at her just holding that title like that. It's like gloating almost.
Well, she is a champion. She gets to do as she pleases.
I mean,
We now know how that feels, though. We get to enjoy the gold now. So.
You guys invited me on here because I was.
I didn't invite you on. If I was going to invite you, a woman wrestler.
Comfortable though.
Oh my God! It makes no. You know you could hold it because you're not going to be holding it forever, so you might as well hold it up now.
Let's be nice, Silk. Let's be nice.
I actually have a modicum of respect for Tatiana.
Tough words.
Okay,
Thank you.
See, I wanted us to be nice. Again, it's a big weekend. It is.
It's a big weekend.
We're fresh off one of the biggest weekends in professional wrestling. So why not, for especially an anniversary event, have another Victory Pro Wrestling champion on here with us? So, of course, we would invite Tatiana on to discuss especially her big match coming up this Saturday and all things VPW here. But as always, we want to remind everyone that is tuning in that will be live this Saturday. You can get your tickets now by following the link.
Get your tickets
in the
now.
description down below. Also, if you would like to sponsor any of the talent that are available for this Saturday's event, you can contact VPW today or email them today at info@victoryprowrestling.com for all availability and rates. So contact them today.
See, this is what puts Raymond and Respect the Craft above other podcasts, because they put other people's interests before their own, not just constantly plugging themselves and me. There's plenty of people. There's 30, 40 people on the roster for this show, and you just open up the doors for any one of them, including Tatiana, to be sponsored, not just Kane Industries. See, that's a very professional, unbiased way to run your show.
As it should be done. As it should be done.
That's right.
Here. It's bad enough now that everything has my logo on it now, so it's like I'm already plugging myself enough.
Yeah.
So it's all good. We plug everyone else out. It's all good. But we do have another, because of course, again, we said there would be surprises. We have a little bit of a surprise here for Tatiana before we get into her match.
I like surprises.
Saturday. And it's a message from someone you know very well, Silk. So before we get into the comments of it, we're gonna show the video. So we'll be right back.
Roll that.
Hola, hola. This is Naya Robles for Respect the Craft. Hi, Ray. Hi, Silk. My favorite manager in the world. I'm sorry I can't make it to the show tonight, but everybody knows at this point I'm very, very, very much looking forward to coming back to VPW, because there's a pretty little shiny title that I have my sights set on. With that being said, I also have unfinished business with the unwilting Tatiana and that last encounter we had in November. Between her and the center of attention, it was basically a handicap match. How dare they? But still looking forward for that one-on-one one of these days. And about the April 13th show, I will not say my favorites to win, because tonight I will plead the fifth. But please, all of you, make sure to go to Bayshore for BPW's next show, April 13th. Hasta luego.
Well then,
Those some fighting words.
definitely. So at least it was. I guess it was nicer than I expected from Naya.
It was politely worded fighting words.
So Tatiana, I do have to ask you. She did say she's looking forward to an eventual one-on-one with you. As she says, the last time you two faced off, it felt almost as a handicap match. So your thoughts on those comments made by Naya Robles?
Well, I am not the kind of flower that backs down from a challenge. So if she wants to come back for a one-on-one, the door is always open. As for the handicap portion, I don't know what she thought she was a part of. Because if anybody was in a handicap position, it was me. Since, it was her and Brittany both trying to take me. Regardless, the ending was pretty clear-cut, I think.
I have to be unbiased as I do on this show.
Well, I don't. That was not clear cut. You never would have pinned Nahir if Brittany Brooks hadn't weakened her just a little bit, just enough for you to get that pin. Your title reign has not been dominant. Karen Bam Bam was dominant. Valentina Vasquez was dominant. You're barely squeaking by.
Silk, let's be nice. She has been.
These are observations. I will give her. She beat Gabby Forza. No one in that crowd thought she was going to. She beat Gabby Forza. She beat Salem, but she wouldn't have beat Salem if she wasn't otherwise distracted by the returning Valentina Vasquez. Squeaking by.
I'm sorry. You're gonna join the party and trying to blame me for what happened with the match in Salem? I didn't know Valentina was there. That happened behind my back too. And I don't know if you saw it, But I wasn't thrilled about that ending either. I want clean cut victories. Don't want assisting me. I want to do this myself. Oh,
You're not doing a
sit
very
there
good
and try
job
to
of it
judge
so
me,
far.
Mr. Manager.
I'm not judging. I'm just calling him like I see him.
You get the job done
Wow.
on your own. Hey, Jeff, see you in the comments. I'm not lying about anything. Thanks.
Is that Joe
I did
Delgado?
not
Joe
know
Delgado
It is.
is
Wow.
he's a great guy.
Come on, Joe.
I mean, you know what? She
Yeah.
might not have known Val was there. I mean, she might be telling the truth, Joe.
I believe Tatiana. I believe again. I've seen what she's done in
I
the
didn't
ring.
know Val was
Again,
there until the end.
I mean, I guess she could be telling the truth. But, you know, Venus flytraps are really pretty to look at until
Yeah.
they open their mouth, and next thing you know, you're dead.
Tatiana, my sincerest apologies for Silk. Again, this is not what I intended when I
I
invited
don't know
you
if you've
on
ever
this
seen
show
it,
today.
but
I thought
there are Venus flytraps are only bugs. You're not worried there, are you, Silk?
Sweetheart, I'm too big to be a bug.
Then why are you acting
we're
like
gonna
one?
move on here.
Oh, it took you a while. Did you have to like have someone text you that comeback?
I have a connection. I have an internet connection issue. I'm doing my best over here. Maybe your face is messing with my internet.
If anything, my face should be connecting your internet better so you could get a good look, baby.
We're gonna continue here
Ugh.
because well then. So as I mentioned again, we're gonna get into the actual championship match that will be happening this Saturday, as it will be singles competition there for that VPW Women's Championship as the unwilting Tatiana defends against Kaya McKenna, making her way to VPW this Saturday. Tatiana, I have to ask your thoughts going into this one with a little bit of a. She has a magical flair to her, as I've seen in the past. Her thoughts on going here against Kaya.
Well, the magical flare is new, but hey, whatever works, works. I'm very, very annoyed going into this match. I've got a lot to prove. I've got people like Silk who are claiming that I'm dishonest, that I'm barely squeezing by as a champion. I've got plenty to prove for the VPW crowd. But one thing is certain, I am going to leave Bayshore with this title. It's not going anywhere.
So, your thoughts on this, and please, I beg
You know
of
what?
to be nicer with your comments.
I'm going to be nice. That was very passionate, and I feel that perhaps she is going to do what she says, and she's going to take this new girl out. It's very hard to make your debut in a new company, as Tatiana well knows, and she's probably going to be nervous. You know, a little bit wary of her surroundings. Tatiana's been there for a while. She's been our champion now for several months. I will give her the edge in this match.
Okay, that was, I guess, nicer.
I'm giving her the edge. If she
Okay.
beats Kia McKenna, that's fine. But then she's got to worry about Nahia Robles. She has to worry about Salem. She has to worry about Valentina Vasquez. There's a lot of contenders just chomping at the bit for their one-on-one shot at you.
This is true. Okay.
It does seem that way, doesn't it?
Yep.
Definitely, again, the Victory Victory Pro Wrestling Women's Division has been growing. We've seen it become a prominent role now at VPW. It's good to see that division is growing and becoming a huge part of the shows now. We have another women's match happening later on in the night that we'll be talking about. But it is true. The competition is getting fierce. That rankings is going to be something to look out for. But Cam McKenna, again, the good witch as she's called. I'm looking to see how she does in her VPW debut. Again, I'll be unbiased with this one. I will not be giving a pick, but I say good luck to both competitors in that one. So, But Champ, I do want to hear your thoughts on this one because again, you do have two possible future challengers, or one that you have faced and one making her debut as well, as it will be Scarlett Midian going head to head with the Unforgiven Salem here. And again, you have your history with Salem, so your thoughts on this contest here.
Well, I Scarlett's work, so I'm definitely going to be keeping my eye on her, see what she brings to the table. As for Salem, I wish her nothing but the best. And if she earns another shot, she's going to get another shot.
There you go. Silk, your thoughts on that one?
You know, I believe her. She sounds like she means that. She sounds that she means that she's willing to give Salem another shot, a one-on-one match. Because I don't like these triple threats, tag team matches. I like to see one-on-one competition for a singles title. So she sounds like she's actually passionate and would like to work into her way into a match with Salem. I'd like to see that match.
Got you. I do want to remind everyone she did win the previous singles match. So just for the record, Tatiana can win singles matches. So just saying.
Yeah.
But so
Yeah.
your thoughts
I mean-
though on this match is what I was trying to get, not on the validity of what you think Tatiana's statements are here.
I mean, I don't really know Scarlett's work either. I know Salem's work much better. And so I can't really give you a definitive answer.
Okay.
But Salem's sneaky as hell. I got to give her the nod. I think that she wants another shot at Tatiana. And I think she'll do whatever it takes to get there.
Okay. Wait, so if you're calling her sneaky here, and again, we've seen what Salem brings. We've seen that again, that side of her, the spooky side that she brings to Victory Pro Wrestling. But the way you said sneaky again, how are you now blaming Tatiana for again whatever it takes to get a win? Again, now I'm going to question here. This is the journalist.
That's a very valid question. I'm just biased because I want to see Nahir Robles get her one-on-one shot.
Okay, and again, as the journalistic approach here, my apologies, Silk, if this offends. But would you not want Nahir to then have to face the very best that VPW has to offer? If that so be it.
If that ends up to be Tatiana, yes. If she is decisively beaten, then I want her to see Nahir face whoever beat her.
Okay.
I'm talking decisive.
more
I'm
like-
talking no.
Go. Finish your thought.
No, please. Ladies first.
I don't know. It sounds like you're just looking to see if somebody can get that one quick opportunity, because sometimes that's all it takes to get a victory. So are you really looking for the best?
I'm looking for a title match for my client. I could care less who actually holds the title when she gets it. Are
At
you
least
happy
you're being
now?
honest.
I know.
Tatiana, again, my sincerest apologies for the comments made here by my friend Silk. But again, this is what he does here. This is what he does. So again, I at least offer my sincerest apologies. And again, I'm looking forward to seeing your championship defense this Saturday, seeing what comes in the future, and seeing again if so be it, it's you versus Nair in the future or Valentina Vasquez, which I do have to ask you your thoughts on. Again, the return of Valentina, and are you looking forward to a possible future match of her, as she is still currently the longest reigning in the history books of VPW Women's Championship, longest champion so far. So your thoughts on that possibility in the future?
Obviously, I was not thrilled to see Valentina make her return. And that was only because of the circumstances in which she made her return. I don't like that she got herself involved in my match. I don't like that for the second time in a row, she tried to stack the odds in whatever favored her favorite outcome the most. And I don't like that she's now put me in this position where everybody thinks I'm working with her. Everybody thinks I'm a liar. Everybody thinks that I'm cheating to keep my belt. Now, all of that being said, surely the argument can be made that she's earned a rematch for my title. And I welcome the challenge. But if it happens, I think I'm going to ask for some conditions to be put in place because my goodness, has she caused me a lot of frustration.
Well, then we're going to look forward to that and to see
All right.
what that actually entails. But again, if you guys want to see that, you're going to have to stay tuned. But Tatiana, before we let you go, because again, I can imagine the champion has a lot on her plate, a lot of duties to fulfill before this Saturday's huge event. I have one final question that usually I unfortunately did this wrong because of Silk's very inappropriate comments, but my apologies. The first question I usually ask, and that is for you, Tatiana. When you hear the term the craft, what does that mean to you?
Oh, goodness. Embarrassingly, the first thing that actually comes to mind is the movie. So I actually tend to think of more witch-like stuff, spell work, magic, which is very, very on brand considering my upcoming match with Kaya. I tend to think of that kind of craft.
Got you. That works. And again, that is, I still say I need to make a parody shirt of that because that is usually the answer a lot of people give me is the movie. So stay tuned, folks. That's going to be a goal for this year is to finally make that shirt and hopefully not get a cease and desist. But
Merch alert. Merch alert.
Tatiana, again, we thank you so much for joining us. And we hope to see you Saturday. And again, I wish you good luck. I know from Silk, he might not unfortunately mean it.
I wish you safe travels to and from the venue.
Likewise.
That felt a little
Thank
sincere,
you.
but thank you again, Tatiana. I will be seeing you this
You're
Saturday.
so sweet.
Thank you again.
See you Saturday.
And there we go. That was the unwilting Tatiana. Thank you, everyone, for that. But we're going to continue here as we go through the card here. This is, again, a huge event this Saturday. 18 years of VPW wrestling.
18 years. Do you realize how many companies don't make 8 years, don't make 3 years? Through a pandemic, the management of VPW and I snipe at each other. We have issues with each other, but the fact that they've been around for 18 years, they should pat themselves on the damn back every damn day.
I give them credit. Again, it's no secret VPW has gone through its evolution. It's gone through the different changes. It's gone through different elements of what VPW is, but to see it still standing throughout everything. Again, we mentioned the pandemic. We mentioned just how the climate has changed, the multiple companies going through opening their doors, closing their doors, so much that we can discuss, but to make it to 18 years, congratulations to VPW. And this is why we have to do this conversation here, because again, that is what this show means this Saturday. Blood, sweat, and 18 years. We will be live this Saturday from beautiful Bayshore Pro Game Athletics, 41 Saxon Avenue in Bayshore. So, Silk, now again, I feel like you might be a little more cordial now. You might be a little more, now that it's just you and I.
Hey, I was polite. I didn't even curse. One time we were speaking to a lady. I did not curse.
Thank you for that, because.
And I wished her safe travels to and from the venue. I don't want to see any I don't want to see any physical harm come to her outside of the ring.
I believe that statement there. And again, now that it is just you and I, we're going to go through the rest of this card here, and especially one particular match I'm going to leave for a little bit later in the conversation. I think you know. I think you know which one.
I think I know. I think I know. And now it's just us, so I could be like, yeah, fuck.
But first, we're going to talk about this one, as it's going to be the lost child himself, JJ Doze, going head to head with the returning Marvelous. With congratulations to Marvelous, as he has recently become one half of the current reigning and defending Monster Factory Tag Team Champions
That's
with
right.
the dad bod himself. And I have to give it to Marvelous. Again, he has said he's been wanting to make his return to VPW. Unfortunately, management and him have not been able to sign on a date here. But unfortunately, after the comments made by JJ Does, he made sure he could make it to 18 years because JJ, I don't get it. I don't know why he's blaming Marvelous for him losing his light and now making this loss just mentality here.
I don't know, but I like what I'm seeing from JJ Does. He's becoming a little unhinged. And I like what I'm seeing from him because over the the last year or so, he's good. He's all right. But then, he tried to help me and Anthony Gangone. He got pinned by La Chica. And since then, I don't think he's won a match since, but he's become more intense and a little, like I said, a little unhinged. I'm pretty much impressed with him, the way he called out Marvelous like that, knowing that, Marvelous has that big backup behind him at all times. I think JJ Does is going to pull this one out.
This is one where, again, that mentality, yes, it shows a different side of JJ Does here, but I don't know if he's thinking straight. Calling out Marvelous, who alone is a great performer. He's a great performer,
yes.
Great athlete. He's shown it in that squared circle. But then again, you never know if the god of the dad bod is behind him. And that is a big insurance policy right there.
And as we well know, it always is a factor if you have backup. You always have to have your friends close by.
Do. And it's one of those where, again, I'm not saying Marvelous needs the god of the dad bod this Saturday, but it does pay to have that backup. And again, I can imagine JJ has that in the back of his head. I don't know if JJ has many friends in VPW, especially with what's going on, this mentality, this different side of JJ. We're gonna see what happens Saturday. If I had to put money on this one, I'm gonna go with Marvelous. I'm gonna go with Marvelous because I don't think JJ's thinking straight, and I feel like that's gonna unfortunately cost him going into this one on Saturday.
I don't know, man. I want to see this one. Both guys are about the same size. They're both fast. They both can fly. They both could do this. They both could do mat work. I think it's going to come down to, who loses focus first. And if the god of dad bod wanders out to ringside, that might be just enough of a little bit of a distraction. Even if he doesn't get involved, even if he's just sitting ringside.
Just his presence alone.
Just his presence. JJ Does might be, one little side eye, one quick lightning quick move, match is over.
Very true. My thinking is this as well, though. Again, just that presence alone could make it happen. But also, I might be a little biased here because I know the Body Snatchers are coming on RespectTheCraft very soon, and I would like them to be on my side when it comes to that. And again, the guy with the dad bod is he's a big dude. I'd rather not. Yeah.
And Ray having another tag team on his show. I believe you've had the Scottaricans on, who we are very close to. You've had Kane Industries on. You should do a whole week of shows where you only have tag teams on every day of the week.
We could possibly make that happen. We shall see what the future holds. But like I said, with that tag team right there, I would like to have them be on my side and not, unfortunately. I don't want an angry god of dad bod or Marvelous when they come on RespectTheCraft or when I see them this Saturday in the locker room. So.
No, you don't. We don't need any trouble.
Definitely do
no
not.
trouble.
But from that, we're going to continue here, and we're going to talk about this one that is very exciting, as he returns once more as Buffa. Ayo will be in the building with the boombox as he goes head to head with the artist Jake Lang, and this one I'm definitely looking forward to for many reasons. Again, seeing Buffa Ayo, it's always a pleasure. Again. Veteran of the game, has that tenure in the business.
Yes.
But with this one, I know this one's a little hard because we've invested in Jake Lang. We've invested in the art. It was a great investment. It worked out in our favor. But again, I'm a fan of Bufa. I've seen what he's done. I respect what he's done.
Yeah,
So this is definitely a hard one to pick.
it is a hard one to pick because Jake's been on a little bit of a losing streak, so he's focused on trying to get a win. And from what I hear through the grapevine, Bufa's not going to be around in VPW long. He has other commitments. He's going to be in and out. So I'm sure he would like to leave on a winning note.
Of course.
So this is a hard one to call. I really would like. I mean, I'm biased. Shocking. I know, but I've managed Jake several times over different phases of his career, and I'd like to see him pull a win out. This is nothing. I don't have any biases against Bufa. I like watching his matches. I remember seeing him as a fan, but I would really like to see the artist pull this one out. I think he deserves, and quite honestly, I think he needs a victory.
Gotcha. No, again, I can agree with you on both counts there. Like I said, this one is definitely not one I'm going to be picking just because it is going to be a toss-up. It is going to be who makes possibly that first mistake. It's going to be who wants this win more, who's hungrier. And this is one where for Jake, it's getting that momentum back in VPW. For Bufa, it's leaving VPW with a message, just letting people know, hey, he might be gone for a little while, but he's leaving that impression when he does return. It could be with sights for a VPW championship. Who knows? And he does have some friends, so we might have to watch our backs, Silk, because who knows if Gaijin Muscle decides to stop by for those VPW tag titles.
Yeah, but that's a very good point, Raymond. But it's like we have us, we have Dr. Sleep, we have the CE to the motherfucking O, Adam Kane.
This is true.
We have KJ Mack, and where KJ Mack goes, David Rivero follows. And I've managed the Scottaricans one time. I'm not as pretty as their actual manager, but I was helpful to them in their successful defense in East Islip in November against Ronnie Moses and Steven Azure. Don't get me started on that weird ass team. But we have, and there is no sexual discrimination in VPW. I fully count Nahia Robles as when I count as people who have my back in a fight. I count her.
Got you. Again,
safety in numbers.
This is true. I'm just saying again. I'm trying to say that could be a possibility in the future, and they are very talented. Gaijin Muscle has taken over a lot of places that they've been. So I'm just saying.
It's very true.
I'm studying our possible competition. That's all.
I just don't want people to forget about KJ or to think like KJ think we've forgotten about him. If you're listening, KJ, we love you. We miss you. We're trying our best to get you in again, soon.
The paperwork is very difficult for some reason. It shouldn't be. But for some reason, something gets lost in the mail every time I send something in. We're gonna try to make that. We're gonna try to make it work. I apologize to KJ Mack.
We're trying our best, KJ. We love you, brother.
I'm gonna blame it on this guy. I'm gonna blame it on the guy we're about to talk to next, or not talk to, but talk about next, I should say, because I was gonna blame it on the Eclipse, but if we got a person to blame, I'm all for it. That as well, because there's just you know what? Before we talk about this next match, I do want to say we apologize for those that were affected, that felt the earthquake the other day. We apologize because we were just taking out our quarterly earnings for this first quarter, and let's just say it was very, very nice.
We shifted the planet, baby.
It definitely does pay to be your VPW tag team champions, but I digress. Again, the Eclipse, it's okay. We no matter what, the sun continues to shine on us as your VPW tag team champions. But we're going to continue here and talk about a man that wishes he was still holding tag team gold, as it's going to be triple threat action as CPA makes his way back to Victory Pro Wrestling as he goes head to head with the sensei himself, D-Vibe, and Alvin. I see now he's too lazy to have a last name now. Like now it's just simply Alvin. Like what?
You know what? This is going to shock everybody, including himself, if he's watching. I'm picking him to win this match.
Okay, Silk, we're cutting you off of one Jack and Coke.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm not. He's wonderful and he's so talented.
Okay.
None of that. I'm picking him to win. He outweighs D Vibes.
This is true.
He outweighs CPA.
Okay.
He's been on a streak. Like he didn't win the match against Anthony Gangone and the Big Boofa. But he was at the ECW arena wrestling an ECW original. He's got some momentum. I think he's going to win this match. It doesn't matter. This match doesn't matter. It's a throwaway match on the card. No one really gives a damn who wins this match. But if I had to pick a winner, I think he's going to win this match. Like I said, I don't like him. He doesn't like me. But I can't deny that this match against nobody that we could care less about, I think he wins this match. He might have to, cheat to do so, but I see him winning this match.
Okay. I am a fan of D-Vibe. I like D-Vibe. I like the sensei. But I would be remiss not to say, unfortunately, D-Vibe is going into this one as, unfortunately, still the younger of the three when it comes to his tenure in the business. And with that time does come knowledge. CPA, current champion at WrestlePro, Alvin has been making his tear a part of multiple companies now, even having that match this weekend with Jason Knight. And this is a scenario where I want to disagree with you. I want to say anyone else.
I know you do. I can tell.
But I might have to also agree and say Alvin Alvarez, or simply Alvin, might be getting the victory this Saturday. And again, it's
someone somewhere should write this down, because this is never going to happen again.
Especially if he faces, again, a member of Kane Industries. But
no,
it's a scenario where I give it to.
See, but that's also a part of it. We don't have to have anything to do with him ever again.
True.
He lost the match to every single member of Kane Industries, including myself. We don't need to worry about him anymore. He doesn't have a partner to come after Kane Industries. He doesn't have a partner to come after the Scotto Ricans. I'll give him that he could probably win this match. That's all I'm giving him.
I'll give him that. He can possibly get this win, but that is going to be the only time he gets a victory in VPW again. Yeah. And I hope this is the last time we see Alvin in VPW, just so he stays away from us. But with that being said, we're going to continue here because this is supposed to be somewhat unbiased, but again, it's I apologize, everyone that is watching.
You do. Don't apologize. You do a much better job than I do. If anybody should be apologizing, it's me, and I'm not gonna. So let's continue.
We're gonna talk about this one as it's going to be for that VPW New York State Championship, as Dante Drago. I'm not saying the rest of that. I'm just saying Dante Drago will defend.
Yeah, just say it. No,
I'm not saying it. Because the fact that I know Joe Delgado is still in the chat, and Joe, I'm telling you this now. If I hear you chant that again, please, just please, just don't.
I will. Joe Delgado is such a passionate fan. Sometimes passionate fans can get annoying, and I don't put him in that category yet. Some of the more passionate ones are hard to deal with. Joe's easy. He's an easygoing guy. He's easy to deal with. He's a fan of Kane Industries. Joe's on the good list for now.
Okay. I'm just gonna say, Joe, please don't do it. Don't. You're doing the right thing, making your investment in Kane Industries, but saying the rest. Just say Dante Drago. That's it. You can cheer for him. He's a great.
Just say that.
Don't say the rest, because come on.
Don't say the rest.
He hasn't beaten anyone in Kane Industries. You can't say the rest. But It is going to be Dante Drago defending that VPW New York State Championship against the new king of New York himself, the Big Boofa, Desmond Cole. And I know without a shadow of a doubt that Desmond Cole is coming into this one wanting to reclaim a championship, he probably feels like he should have never lost. A dominant New York State champion was Desmond Cole,
Yeah.
a championship
Yes, he was.
that he had secured once again. And in a matter of unfortunate minutes, it was taken from him.
Not even.
Like that.
Yeah. I don't know. This is going to be a hell of a match. I don't even think I'm going to watch this one as a scout talent. I think I'm going to watch this one just to watch it.
You know, this is definitely going to be a must-see matchup because I give it to both competitors. Both very talented, both know what they're doing in that sport.
Yeah, sometimes you have to put it aside and watch a match as a wrestling fan, because all in the heart of the matter, we're all still wrestling fans, and I want to watch. I just want to sit back and watch this match.
And again, I agree. I definitely want to see who's going to walk out victorious in this one for multiple reasons. One, because I have been a fan of both men's work. I do value that they are good assets to the company. However, I'm also still watching this because it is no secret. We have said it on multiple occasions. Dr. Sleep would still like that one-on-one with Desmond Cole. So I'm going to be watching it just once again to keep some notes.
That'll be that. Yeah. We'll keep some notes. You know, Raymond and I, you don't see a pen or paper in our hand, but
No. No longer am I an intern to need those pen and paper. It's all up here.
We're always thinking. We're always watching.
So notes will be kept. And worry about it on your time, ladies and gentlemen. Worry about it on your time. But next up, we're going to talk about another championship in VPW, that VPW Heavyweight Championship, as it's going down.
Oh, that's going to be something.
Steel cage, as it will be current reigning and defending VPW champion, or I should say controversially VPW champion Bryce Donovan, going head to head with Jack Tomlinson here. And this is one where, again, there's a lot riding on this one. There's controversy. There is history.
It's true.
There is so much. There is
a lot.
For a show called Blood, Sweat, and 18 Years, a lot of that is going to be the definition of this match on Saturday. We're going to see possible blood. We're definitely going to see a lot of sweat from these two. And we possibly, and I know it's 18 years, but we're going to see the rest of the original phrase, and that is tears. Because these two are going to do whatever it takes to walk out of Bayshore, your VPW champion. And without a doubt, there will be no controversy after this Saturday.
No, and both guys know each other so well. They've wrestled each other so many times. It's going to be something, because they're both going to go full force at each other. I can't wait to see this match.
My thing is this as well. I want to see, again, the mentality going in for both men. I know Bryce Donovan, unfortunately, has been going through some things. He's been going through a little bit of a breakup with the Shook crew. I've seen some things that's been going on that end. I've seen,
that's
again,
true.
we're still questioning where's Jack Tomlinson's head at in this whole scenario. Has he finally made that time for wrestling? I saw he was a broski this past weekend, though, so I guess he has time for that. But he also said he was playing the role of a broski. So it's, again, is the acting side of this becoming too much? Does he know when to give enough time to the craft? So
he better make that decision real quick,
especially in a match like this. Again, this is something where you cannot, you have to have that time in there. You have to have that respect for the craft, because if not, it's going to be an easy, again, scenario of Bryce Donovan possibly walking away and still VPW champion. So, and here
That's
we go.
true.
We got Ryan Dust saying the leading man. Ryan then saying the leading man is going to play the role of VPW champion at the end of the night. I guess we know who Ryan is picking for this one.
You think? Yeah. He's only picking Jack because Johnny Collins isn't there.
I understood. But again, I don't know. This one there's a lot riding on this one, but as we continue to say, especially with this one, it is the winner is just going to be the one holding that championship warm till we finally decide that the heavyweight division is next to be conquered by Kane Industries. That's all I'm going to say.
We do have one member who does not have a belt right now. Once again, just throwing that out there to management. If management isn't listening, someone who management talks to is listening.
They're definitely listening.
You know.
I without a doubt, I believe management is listening. And if they are, I want you to know there's a reason why we haven't talked about one match yet, because we're gonna save the best for last. Because did you think we were not going to talk about this at the end of the show? Because we're gonna make you wait. We said this is a celebration, so now the unbiasedness goes out the window. So for everyone that's listening, I no longer apologize. This is now our time to talk how we like, so I can finally take these off because I can now say whatever I would like to say. And
I love this shit.
I would like to say, because I listened to commentary, I listened to how the ring announcers said it, and they both failed miserably at announcing the way I gave them the proper instructions on the last episode that we did together, Silk. So I'm going to do it for them, and I hope they do it this Saturday and they do it justice, because if they don't, again, VPW management, you have my connects. I am in the building. Have a proper person that does this the right way. Do this right here. Because
I mean, seriously,
I should say, your new reigning and defending Victory Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions are Kane Industries, being represented by the infamous CEO Adam Kane, and Dr. Sleep Anthony Gangone, being accompanied by the true manager of champions, Silk E. Smooth. See,
I don't know if you could see, but I got fucking goosebumps when you did that.
See how you add a little bit of actual interest and you add infliction when you say it. Instead of
enunciation, a little bit of enunciation. Enunciation.
Instead of just saying, "Oh, your new VPW tag team champ," no. You add some, make sure you care about what you're doing on the microphone and say it right.
Because no one cares. No one cares that we won, but us. Everybody, we're all a big happy family. We should all support each other. Bullshit.
But it's okay.
We could be on fire and no one would hand us a bottle of water.
It's okay. You know what? It's all fine and dandy, because it just shows why we continue to prove to be one of the best factions going in VPW today. It is the reason why VPW has yet to give us a loss in the history of Kane Industries being a tag team. If you look at the record books, not one team has been able to pin or submit Anthony Gangone or Adam Kane as a duo. Prove me wrong. To anyone that is watching.
And I noticed the way you worded that, because there's always one smart ass. Oh, Anthony Gangone and Silky got disqualified.
No. I am saying again.
We pinned or submitted. When you pin or submit either Gangone or Kane, come talk to me.
Again.
Until then, don't talk to me.
That is the thing, to anyone, because I know someone's going to say it, and I hope they do. Someone comment that we have a loss in our books, because you know who lost that match? It wasn't us. It wasn't Kane Industries. It was that Malcolm Murray.
Malcolm Murray.
You got in our business once, and I'm glad we saw you at the last event, and I'm glad Anthony Gangone put you down like the rabid animal that you are, because guess what? This weekend, once again, Dr. Sleep gets to put you in sleep paralysis, and we will be walking away still VPW Tag Team Champions. But let's talk about it. So let's get into it, because this Saturday it will be a triple threat match to determine your VPW tag team champions, as it will be defending tag team champions Kane Industries going head to head with former champions, the Rat Bastards, and Security Inc. And it's funny because again, look at the graphic there. So look at the unity of Cade Industries. At least I'll give them credit to the former champions. They look like a tag team. But what in the hell is Malcolm Murray wearing? What is with the
A muzzle?
what is with
Maybe
the
it's a muzzle.
mask? And then they're not even matching. They can't even get on the same page to look like an actual tag team. Like,
Because they're no longer a tag team. They were thrown. This is the problem. VPW is trying to stack the deck against us so hard. They're putting us up against two teams. The one team doesn't even get along. At least the Rat Bastards are a unified front. They traveled together. They trained together. They were very good champions. Can't take that away from them. Their time is now done. This is our time.
and I have to, and as much as I don't want to, I have to give the Rat Bastards their due. They were a dominant duo. They are a great tag team, and they were great tag team champions. But unfortunately, we warned the Rat Bastards when it was our time and we would come for what is ours, you are going to lose those championships. And what happened, Silk? What happened at that previous event? Who walked away tag team champions, Silk?
Not only did we walk away tag team champions, but and the little tussle afterwards, myself, Adam, and Gangone were all standing on our feet. I saw bodies everywhere. Not us. Walked away under our own power.
So there you have it again, continuing to prove why greed is good. And again, I know someone is possibly going to get offended by our comments. I don't care. But what I do care about is once again, we're going to show you this lovely graphic right here. Make sure.
Let's look at that graphic.
Make
Yeah,
sure,
come on.
Because we know it's around that time. It's tax season, everybody.
Come on.
Sponsor your, you know what? Because now again, Tatiana's no longer here. So now I can say what I would like to say. Sponsor your current reigning and defending VPW Tag Team Champions, Anthony Gangone and infamous Adam Kane, which also you can sponsor the true manager of champions himself, Silky Smooth. Why would you not?
I like money. I like money. Sponsor us. I told you what'll happen. We'll get together. We'll take a group photo. We may not bother to learn your name, but you'll have a photo of us
It's
all
okay.
together.
You know what? I'll even offer that incentive. You saw how lovely I said our names. I will even record a nice introduction for you. So, do you have a podcast? I will introduce your podcast. Do you have a business? I would do a little commercial for you. So, there you go. If you want another
There you go.
incentive why you should be sponsoring your current reigning and defending VPW Tag Team Champions. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
And you hear the inflection, you hear the passion. He can do that in Spanish too.
Again.
So that immediately puts him a step above so many other people trying to do what he does.
Quieren eso también lo pudiera hacer para todos escuchando, porque otra vez lo digo en este idioma. Sus campeones de pareja de Victory Pro Wrestling, el doctor de 2000, Anthony Gangón, y el jefe, Adam Kane, con el gerente de campeones, Silk y Smooth.
Dude, he makes me sound like a Bond villain when he does that. That's awesome.
So there you have it, folks. Again, VPW, blood, sweat, and 18 years. Before we go, Silk, I asked this the last time we did the anniversary event. It's been a full year. I can imagine, again, so much has changed, just the mentality. in true honesty here, no more joking around. What does VPW mean to you?
You know what? I'm going to be very serious. VPW, the chance to manage in VPW came along in a very, very low point in my life. We're not going to get into that because only a few people know my story, and the rest of you don't need to know it. But and then I was managing the Absolute Brand as tag team champions. Karen Bam Bam, who I miss very much, if she's listening, or anybody who knows her is listening, please pass that message along, as the women's champion. And things started looking up. And then, the pandemic happened, and that was a very depressing time for a lot of people, including myself. When we came back, it was like a shot in the ass of my life. And now that I get to hang out in the locker room with people I truly consider my friends. And, we're a little cliquey, but everybody's a little cliquey. We are here. We are proving points. We are making waves. And I cannot think of a group of people that I would rather be doing it with. So I may not be important to this company, but this company is important to me. That's how I feel.
My apologies, I was muted. But I will I was nicely said, so, but I also will give my 2 cents on just it has been a pleasure walking into VPW the first time. I had known about the company. I knew the history of it. I've seen very much just fellow peers that have walked through those doors, and now getting to play a role in VPW. It has definitely been just for the best. It's been a fun ride. It's continued to been a fun ride. Getting to do it with guys that I don't lie. It's no stranger to anyone that are my brothers. Getting to do it with we've made a relationship here. Great friend here with Silk. It's always an honor. It's always a pleasure. And I know VPW management not like everything we say, but I know deep down John likes us. John likes us. We saw it. We saw the picture. The picture shows it. Everyone saw it.
I wouldn't go with like. I would go amicably tolerable at best.
I'm going to say he likes us. Deep down inside, he doesn't want to admit it, but he really likes us. He really does.
He likes us. He really likes us.
But to everyone watching, again, be there this Saturday. See the insane action that will be going down at Victory Pro Wrestling presents Blood, Sweat, and 18 Years. But before we go, don't forget to follow Silky Smooth on his IG right there. Follow Victory Pro Wrestling
on
their Instagram right there. Follow them on Twitter right there. And then we'll give her as well her plug. Follow the current reigning VPW Women's Champion Tatiana on her social medias right there on Instagram. Follow her right there on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. The links will also be in the description down below. Thank you so much to Tatiana for joining us earlier in the night. My apologies.
I will give her a lot of credit. She knew damn well that she was walking into the Lion's Den, and she put her best foot forward, looked me dead in the eye, and took every crappy thing I said to her and came right back at me. So I have a little more respect for Tatiana tonight than I did before.
It was nicely done. I definitely appreciate her coming on. It was great. And
yes,
again, I
absolutely.
can't wait to see what happens this Saturday. But Silk, thank you again so much, as always, for joining me here, brother.
Thank you, Raymond.
For Saturday, and to everyone watching, make your way down. Be there in Bayshore, and we'll see you at Blood, Sweat, and 18 Years. As always, guys, don't forget to be wise, be genuine, be real, be better people, respect the craft. And we'll see you guys on the next episode of Respect the Craft.